as we'll be joined by this year's entertainment, The Breakfast Club. Enjoy your summer, and we'll see you Thursday night, September 1st, at the State Theater in downtown Greenville. We are Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
Hey guys, this is Kyra from Postcode Junction in Washington, where all your shipping needs come together. Did you know Postcode Junction is the only UPS, FedEx, and DHL shipping location in Washington? Postcode Junction is also the place for your Amazon returns. Need to ship a package the same day? Want to avoid the long lines at the post office? Come see us at Postcode Junction by 4:30 and we got you covered. Postcode Junction on 15th Street in Washington next to Tractor Supply. Go Pirates!
The best burgers around. Everyone loves a thick, juicy, and fresh burger. Tiebreakers in Greenville, plus the all-new Tiebreakers in Winterville, do real burgers better than anybody. So don't just go to any burger-themed restaurant chain. It's time to break the chain and eat local. Tiebreakers, real burgers at its best.
Everybody loves burgers.
Pirate fans, get ready for a winning season and team up with Quality Equipment, your local John Deere dealer and proud sponsor of the ECU Pirates. When you do business with us, you'll get things done right. We're proud to offer a large selection of new and used John Deere equipment, a fully stocked parts department, and a highly trained staff who is here to support you throughout the life of your equipment. So get quality done right before every ECU game day and visit QualityEquip.com.
This isn't your regular cola, so this isn't your regular cola ad. No beach parties or family barbecues here, just Nitro Pepsi, the first cola ever infused with nitrogen. So forget everything you thought you knew about soda, because that nitrogen gives us a whole new experience. Think an infusion of smaller bubbles for a cola that's got a lighter, smoother texture. And don't get me started on the pour. You don't pour this like any other cola. We're talking turn the can completely upside down and watch as those bubbles cascade into the glass to create a frothy, luxurious foam topping. Can your cola do that? I didn't think so. Unless you've got your own Nitro Pepsi, in which case cheers to your great taste. Because you already know that the only thing better than the pour is the unapologetic cola taste. What else is there to say? From the creamy foam to the smooth texture to its unbelievably delicious flavor, this is cola like you've never had it before. Time to bring your taste buds to the next frontier. New Nitro Pepsi. Smooth, creamy, delicious.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington.
Can you be quiet, please? Thank you.
Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
Hi.
Tabua. Aoub. What about Aoub? Safula.
Cool, neat story.
Was that supposed to be funny? There's local politics, bud.
Don't go over the rules. It'll take forever. Let's just get to the draft.
Let's get the pumping.
I got a little taco meat on my chest.
It's gonna be fun. We in the thick. I mean, everybody gonna be loud. I'm gonna be loud with them. I'm screaming too. Like, yeah, let's go, let's do this. You ready for this? I am.
Now live from the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
All right, welcome in to Pirate Radio Live here on a Monday. Clip Brock here with you inside the Pirate Radio studios, coming to you on Pirate Radio 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1 in Washington. We're on 1250, 930. You can find us online, pr927fm.com, and watch the show and be a part of the show on Facebook Live and YouTube. You can watch us there and also chime in with your questions, comments, concerns, otherwise right there on Facebook Live and on YouTube. Coming up later on in today's program, Double B, Brian Bailey joins us at 4 o'clock. Coming up at 5, the wife of Mike Houston, Amanda Houston, will join us, as will Ginny Shelton. We'll talk about the Ladies Clinic coming up this Friday. Big event. I know a lot of women in the area are interested in that, so we'll give you all the details coming up with Amanda Houston and Ginny Shelton coming up at 5 o'clock. We got Wes Hines filling in for Shirley Rhodes. So that's always a big story. Hello, Wes.
Of course. Good to see you, man.
Chandler Honeycutt's here, CJ Schaefer, the big dog Glenn Griffin, and Troy D alongside in studio. Hello, Troy.
Good to see you, Clip.
And the head baseball coach of the East Carolina Pirates, Cliff Godwin, here as well. Coach, welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome back,
guys.
Coach.
Appreciate it.
Wish we weren't here talking in studio, but hey, look, what a great run. Has it set in? It was still a hell of a season.
Well, I tell you what, everybody acts like I was, on death watch, I guess, after we lost the Super Regional, and I was at more peace a couple days after it than I've ever been, just because I know what our guys put into it and where we came from at 14 and 13 and just everything that went into it, and to host a Super Regional on campus for the first time since Clark LeClair's been built. So many positives, and if we don't go to the College World Series and we get to host a Super Regional and it brings Pirate Nation together like it was, and all of my teammates back, and just unites generations of Pirates, not just baseball people, like generations of the Pirate community. Loudest place I've ever been on a baseball field, and I've been in some pretty loud venues. So
I agree 100%. Yeah. One of the most fun events I've ever been at with ECU Athletics. And I don't want to dwell on the negative. So much positive to talk about. Which
you like to dwell on the negative. You really do.
There's a conference championship, a regular season championship. You have a regional championship. Took the team to a super regional, hosted first time ever in Greenville. So much to be positive about. But I want to go back to that Texas game Saturday. You even referenced it in the post game Sunday night. Pirates up 7-2 in the 7th. When it slipped away, you even said that was the that to close out that game was the chance to get it done. You felt it. Unfortunately, that's baseball. Things can change in a hurry. But was that the moment where you kind of knew, man, this is it's going to be tough to come back?
No, I never thought this team was out of it. If you'd have told me we were going to lose 11-1 on Sunday, I'd have put my house and all the money I make, and I'd have bet you every cent that we weren't going to lose 11-1. So, not in the moment. I mean, after you've been beaten game 3, yeah, you go back and you go, hey, that was the moment to win the game. But we lost bad against Coastal, and we won on Monday. So, but when you look at it on paper, we weren't a good matchup against Texas, especially not in our park, when our park plays really small that time of the year, and they did a really good job of taking advantage of it. But you look in Omaha, that's a bad scenario, and if we'd have been playing them in Omaha, we probably beat them 2 out of 3. But you don't play in Omaha, you play in Greenville, and who knows if we'd have even won a game if we were playing at Texas, because our fans were such a factor. But my point of the whole thing is the game within the game. Spivey's better, or was this past year, against left-handed hitters. Texas hit one left-handed hitter in their lineup. Sailor better versus left-handed hitters and right-handed hitters, but a lot of people are just normal fans. They don't get that. As Ryder Giles is better versus left-handed hitters. I mean, it's just a lot of reverse splits where Mayhew's really good against right-handed hitters, but they hit like 340 as a team against lefties. So Mayhew did a really good job, and other guys did, but it's a game of inches, and we could go back and rehash every play that happened in game 2. And of course, there's moments that we wish that we could take back, but we just didn't play good early. We didn't play good late, but we played really good in those middle innings to put ourselves in a situation to be able to win game 2. We just didn't.
You mentioned Ryder earlier. News this week, him and a number of the other players hit the transfer portal, and this has become the norm in college athletics. It's not unusual that players transfer. First of all, your thoughts on him and the other players exiting the program?
Well, I don't like the word norm. Not in my world. It's not the norm, but Ryder and I met on Tuesday, after we had lost in the wee hours of Monday morning. We met on Tuesday, and I could tell some things were on his mind. And Ryder and I are in a really good spot. We were texting back and forth this morning, but I told him for the first time, I want you to do what's best for you, but you need to go home and you talk to your parents. And he did, and he came back and said, hey, Coach, this is really hard, but I want to go somewhere else. I said, hey, I'll help you go wherever you need to go and pull for you every step of the way, as long as you're not playing against the Pirates. But the thing I would tell everybody is there will never be a spot at East Carolina that I say, hey, you're guaranteed to start. I never told Turner Brown that he would start every day at shortstop. He earned it every single day, and that's not a knock against Ryder, but you have to have competition within a program to get the most out of people. And it wasn't the plan that Zach Agnos play shortstop. It just ended up that way, and I really appreciate Ryder for being selfless during this year and going into the rotation and being more of a role player at the end. But I always have to do, and our coaching staff always has to do, what's best for the organization. Everybody wants to sit back and quarterback armchair what I do. Hey, come do what I do every day and make the tough decisions I make. As Coach Houston and Coach Schwartz, any head coach, like with the stuff that goes on now with the portal and NIL stuff, it's not an easy job. So it's very tough, and you just got to be honest with people, and you got to make the best decision for the organization each and every day.
Cliff Godwin joining us. Cliff, this one doesn't matter anymore, but I ask you a lot of questions that don't matter. But that Sunday night,
you do,
yeah. After that delay, who was pushing for the game to be played that evening? Was it you, Texas, ESPN, NCAA?
Yeah. Clip, you have just so everybody knows, I mean, actually David Pierce was very frustrated and said some things to JJ, which I was like, hey JJ, I wouldn't take that.
What did he say?
Well, I wasn't there. I could just see the body language. But of course it just was but we have no control.
That's all NCAA, right?
NCAA and ESPN. No. They have all the control. Once you get into regional or super regional play, fans don't get mad at East Carolina, don't get mad at Texas, don't get mad at anybody except the NCAA and ESPN. It is the reason we started the game. There was a window, and they said you have to start playing at whatever time it was, 5 o'clock, 5:05. And once you start playing, then lightning hits, then you go into a delay process, and of course it kept being delayed. Troy, I saw videos of you. You looked like you were having a really good time, even though it was delayed. So, you made the best of a bad situation.
I turned lemons into lemonade, Coach. That's what we did.
A lot of lemonade. What was in that lemonade?
There was a lot of lemonade. Yeah, don't ask.
So if that was the Saturday game against Wichita State, it might have gone differently.
Yeah, absolutely. But that's above our pay grade.
Yeah.
Well, and I know we heard from the Texas coach, Coach Pierce, after the game too. He was very frustrated by it. Said you were too. That this was not something you guys wanted, but they didn't listen. As they said, they wanted. They didn't care even if it was just a half inning, which I don't think is best for the players, obviously, or for either school. But that's what TV dictates, and you get to this level. And as my dad likes to say, they all dance to the TV genie.
Yeah, and I would tell you that David Pierce was wrong. I was not frustrated because I know what happens. I've done, and he has too. It's no need to get upset about something you can't control. So,
Coach, what about we talked about Ryder leaving. What about the other guys that have decided to hit the portal? And I guess once they do that, they're officially gone, or is it a possibility that any of them come back even if you're in the portal? I would say Carter Cunningham's probably on the fence if he's going to come back or not. I'd say 50-50. The other guys, they're going on to try to get more playing time. I mean, CJ Boyd was a unique instance. His brother's actually going to be a freshman at App State. So he's going to go play with his brother, which, hey, look, I mean, I wish him well. And so those other guys want more playing time. And the thing the NCAA has done a very bad job of, and maybe they'll find me for this, I really could care less at this point in time, but you had COVID, you gave everybody a year back, and then they only gave us relief for 2 years. So now we're in a situation this coming up year, we have to be down to a 35-man roster, and we have to have 27 players on scholarship. So we're under our scholarship 11.7, but we're not under the counters, which is 27. So I'm still trying to navigate that throughout this week when the draft is July 17th. What a bad system. But it's not just the NCAA. MLB doesn't care that colleges are in a bind on what the roster is going to look like. They're going to have the draft when it's most beneficial for them, but we literally will not know what our roster looks like until the end of July, probably, because of the draft. And how many guys do you think that you recruited that haven't been to ECU yet could get drafted and have a decision that they'll have to make?
I mean, our freshmen are coming in Wednesday. Some of them are already here, so I'll meet with those guys on Wednesday. They'll start summer school, I think, on Thursday. Get physicals and all that stuff, and then start working out next week with our strength coach Dennis Wilson, and go to study hall and take 6 hours of summer school. There's a couple guys in there that will have a chance if they want to. I think we're in pretty good shape. I mean, if you're not battling the draft with a couple players each year, then your recruiting class probably not good enough. So, and then of course Zach is probably the one guy on our team that will have the ability to go if he wants to, but I feel like we're in pretty good shape with him because at least a lot of the scouts that I talk to like him more on the mound than they do as a position player. That's a whole nother story. Malcolm hasn't released it, I don't think, yet, but Zach's actually been invited to the USA trials for the collegiate national team, which I'm an assistant coach again this summer. Mike Bianco's the head coach. I'm one of the assistants. Kurt Sarloos, the head coach at TCU, is one of the assistants. And then Josh Holliday, the head coach at Oklahoma State, is one of the assistants.
Congratulations on that appointment, by the way. When does that start?
I have to report June 28th. We'll be in the States for a few days, and we'll pick the team I think it's going to be around 40, 44 players that we'll pick from, and then we'll narrow down the roster to 23, 24, and then we go to the Netherlands and play other countries.
Oh, wow. That's a great experience.
Yeah, I've never been to Europe, so.
Yeah.
I saw Igo put out earlier, he talked to you, I guess, earlier this morning, said that Saylor, Mayhew, Spivey told you they're all coming back this year.
Well, I mean, I don't know why they wouldn't come back. Also, Hoover's coming back, too. Did you mention him?
I did not mention Lane Hoover.
So, I mean, they're all pretty good players, so I don't know why they wouldn't come back. So, we feel pretty confidently that they'll come back.
Good to hear. Positive to hear. I think Mike Houston talked about I talked with Igo. Mike Houston has like 8 scholarships for 2023 to give away, which is a crazy low number for football, and it sounds like you're dealing with the same thing with baseball. I guess every sport is dealing with it now. At what point will this thing be kind of settled, caught up with? Years into the future?
Yeah, and I don't deal in the full ride sports, but for us, it's frustrating when you actually have scholarship money that you can give out, but you can't give it to another person because you don't have a spot available. Like, that's a dumb rule.
Yeah.
And
so, Coach, explain for folks, because a lot of people don't understand how baseball works.
Right.
Because, football, you come in, you're either on scholarship or you're not. Right. You could be a walk-on, you can be on the team. You see guys earn their spot, which means they get a full scholarship. Basketball, same deal. Baseball, it's a bunch of partial scholarships. I don't know, is anybody on a full ride, or everybody's on some type of partial scholarship, and that's the best it is, right?
I mean, we offered Mackenzie Gore 64% scholarship, and the guy was the 3rd pick overall and committed to us and signed for $6.7 million. This is no offense to Bryce Harmon, but the first time I looked at the scholarship sheet when I got hired here, there was a 1 next to Bryce Harmon, and I was like, 1, is that like 0.10? And they were like, no, it's the 4. I was like, full ride? We've never remotely come close to giving anybody a full ride because you can't surround yourself with good enough players. East Carolina, no offense to them, State University don't have financial aid at the level of some other schools across the country that are private institutions, which is fine, but you really have to stretch your dollars because you're giving guys, I would say the majority of our guys are on 25 to 40% scholarships. And that's why we've been able to have some depth in our program. There's 5 players, and I'm not going to name out loud, that either were in a very major role pitching or, and I can say this, Bryson Worrell was on no scholarship last year. None, 0. Wow. Ben Newton, 0, out of state scholarship. And they made a commitment to the program because they wanted to be here, and they were selfless. They were going to their 5th year, but we didn't have any money to give them because we have promised these incoming classes pre-COVID that we're going to give you a certain amount of money. And
so they're paying like any other student.
They're paying like any other student.
Yeah.
And I'm so grateful for them because we couldn't have the team that we had this year without some guys being selfless like that.
Cliff Godwin joining us. Cliff, how about Eric Bakich making the move to Clemson? Going to wear the 23 there for the Tigers.
Yep.
What were your thoughts on that?
Called him. He didn't answer. I knew about it before any of you media people knew about it because they had actually reached out to me to talk to me. And
I talked to you about the job or about him?
About the job. Yeah.
I just want to clarify.
Yeah. So,
were you interested?
I'm going to finish my story. Okay, can I finish my story? Thank you.
All right, go ahead, Coach.
Hey,
you're on my home field now.
Yeah, but I don't have to answer your questions. You're always on my home field. So
Cliff Godwin's never played a road game.
No,
this is our jungle, Coach.
Yeah. Well, I don't have to come in here. I love you, but I don't have to come in here.
This is true. All right, go ahead. Floor is yours.
But he didn't answer, so I texted him, congrats, out of North Carolina. And I called Schnabel and said the same thing, but Schnabel actually answered the phone, and he laughed. So, but no, if they're not going to go to Clemson or East Carolina, maybe we can, box out some other ACC schools that recruited North Carolina, so a little tag team on that.
Nice.
Yeah, I like it.
When are they scheduled to come for the LeClaire Classic?
Look, they got a lot going on right now. I was talking to Schnabel this morning, and I think he was at Clemson pretty much all day Saturday. And this weekend was a dead recruiting weekend, so we can't go out and recruit this past Saturday, Sunday, and today. So that's why I was able to be at the beach, Troy. But
hey, I'm not complaining.
Yeah,
I wish I was.
But no, just trying to figure out, when he's officially hired, when he can go out recruiting. There's a lot of pieces. So, but hopefully we can get him here for the Keith LeClaire. I do not want to play him in a weekend series. It's just not fun, man, to play against your best friends for 3 games.
I sent you a message last week, and I meant it. I said, I think this year might have been your best coaching job ever since you've been at ECU. What you were able to do with the adversity you had at the beginning of the season and the start, and how you just finished the year. And
did that mean a lot coming from Troy?
Yeah, I wrote that down and hung it up in my office.
Well, I thought it was.
Well, you're not the only person that said that, but I would say this to everybody. It bothers me when coaches complain about injuries and adversity and blame. Like, look, man, you got a job to do. And any coach, when everything goes perfect and you've got the talent, can go through a season and navigate it. And I'm not, look, I don't want the credit to go to me, but what our coaching staff did, what our players did, and to be 14-13, definitely, I will never forget this team because of what how they started and then how they finished up.
Well, and my question is, you're a pretty popular coach in the college baseball world, and your body of work speaks for itself, and you've had other opportunities. What is the future hold for you? Because I think as you continue to have success and you continue to knock on that door here, and eventually it's going to open. I think it's only a matter of time. But what is the future for Cliff Godwin? Because I hear people, these other schools are interested in Cliff. And, hey, look, Clemson, it's got to be a two-way thing. The other schools got to offer you too. But what do you view as your future? Is there a job out there going, man, and what this one opens up, it's too good to say no to?
Troy, first off, it's never been about the money for me. I work way too much, even though I make a lot of money at East Carolina, for it to be about the money. I've got a really good job. I would tell you this, that John Gilbert and JJ and our chancellor this past week have worked their tails off behind the scenes to hopefully in the next couple weeks really do some things for our program that are really special to me, and that's a big deal. Look, this place is home. There's never been a job, even when I was an assistant, where, what's your dream job? What's your dream job as a head coach? And that's just not the way I've been raised. I don't have my eyes set on, hey, I can say this now, LSU or Ole Miss. I want to do the best job I can do at East Carolina and do that every single day and develop the relationships I have amongst our guys that have been here and the ones that are coming in, and develop them as young men and, win a lot of baseball games along the way. But I don't have an answer to your question.
What are the needs for this program? I see the steel coming up with the training facility that's going up across the street, which I know would be a big plus. There's talking about some expansion to Clark LeClaire and more premium seating possibly available too. What are your needs as a head coach? You say, hey, look, here's my wish list. Here's my top 3 if we could get these things done.
Well, the facility would be 1A, and then taking care of our assistant coaches, locking all of us into a long-term deal, which I think will be happening in the upcoming weeks. Like I said, I can't really speak on it because it's not in writing yet, but the facility's the biggest thing when it comes to, I think we have about 3.25 raised verbally, and we need about 7. I said this to another media outlet that we won't speak of their names while I'm sitting in Pirate Radio, because it would really make Troy be in red lights. So, but look, I'm not going to give $1 million, but I'm going to give more than $20,000. So, to the facility, because I'm going to put my money where my mouth is and how much this place means to me. So
that's awesome.
I will be in the midst of doing that here in the next couple months.
Well, this is probably the first time people have heard that, because this is the media outlet everyone listens to. So that's great news, Coach.
There you go. Coach, you know how it is when it's going bad, you can blame the coaches. If it goes good, I guess the coach figured out what to do, right?
Right, yeah.
How about Austin Knight, year 1 as the pitching coach for East Carolina? How did you see him grow and the future of him at the position at East Carolina?
Coach Knight's he did a tremendous job. Just being able to navigate a pitching staff, and of course we had a lot of conversations behind closed doors of what we needed to do to just make this thing work, and the way we really went through the season and didn't have a starting rotation, and told all the pitchers that were closers, your job is to go in and close out whatever inning you go into, whether that's starting a game or ending the game, and our guys bought into it. And you look at next year's pitching staff, potentially I really feel good about Carter Spivey and Mayhew and Saylor being starters for us next year. And All of them need to get better in a couple of areas, but I mean, look, there's no three that are going to have more college experience than those three for sure. So excited about that. But Coach Knight's a star. That's I don't want to say that's why I hired him, but that's why I hired him. I knew what it was going to be like. He is an unbelievable baseball mind, but he's a better person, and he's as loyal as the day is long to me and to this program. And look, he could have went to another school last summer to be the pitching coach, and he stayed here because he knew that I'd take care of him. And that's what I try to do with our staff, is take care of the people that take care of me. And it's the best staff collectively that we've ever had here at East Carolina, in my opinion, going from strength coach Dennis Wilson, Zach Womack, Rebecca Wade, Jeff Palumbo, Austin Knight, Blake Hardigree, Colby Bortles, and Heath Blackman. That's the best staff we've had as a unit since I've been here.
And that continuity is huge, just showing up in football, and it showed up with your program, your culture, and Jeff Palumbo, you mentioned his name, but you've been loyal to him, he's been loyal to you, and it's worked out in wins and really good defense and everything that comes with it.
Yeah, Jeff is, Jeff and I have been here from day one. He was the first coaching member, first hire. Pete Biscano was the first hire, I think, officially. Got Pete to, drop Clemson camp in the middle camp and then get to Tampa and then drive up here the next day and going to make 24/5, as the director of baseball operations. So pretty special. But no, Jeff and his family love Greenville. Yeah, of course, Jeff wants to be a head coach, but the thing is now, I mean, he's at a economic level where he makes a good amount of money to be an assistant, and there's some jobs out there that are good head coaching jobs, but you'd have to take a pay cut. So really happy that him and his family have wanted to stay here this long, but he's a big part of the success for sure.
Cliff Godwin, head coach of the ECU baseball Pirates, join us in the studio. Coach, it's getting so close now for a number of years, that College World Series for ECU. What is the missing piece? Because I mean, you were right there, as I said, knocking on the door, and eventually that door is going to cave in. But is it every year's kind of different? I guess it's not. There might have been one missing piece a previous year versus different from this year. Is there something missing with this program that is preventing you from getting to that ultimate goal?
Do you know how many teams make the College World Series each year?
The 8.
Oh, that's 8. So it's really hard to get there. And if our badge of honor is that we're the best team that's never made the College World Series, and I never make it as the head coach, I told you this, and I mean it in the bottom of my heart, I'm okay with that, because you can't put a price tag on that super regional in Greenville. But I would say before this year was hosting the super regional. And this is no disrespect to our players, but if you had to go across the field and you picked position players on Texas versus East Carolina this year, you would take every one of the Texas position players, at least from a professional draft standpoint. Right. Everybody would go, well, how about Bryson? Well, Bryson had a really good 3 weeks, and Bryson's a really good player.
Yeah.
Their center fielder has done it over a collective years there. They were better than us on paper. That didn't mean we couldn't go. 19 was probably the toughest one for me personally, because that was the first team we had recruited. Jake Agnos was a junior. Brickhouse was a junior. Packard was a junior. Of course, Trey Benton got hurt in the middle of that year, but he was a junior. That was our first recruiting class. And you throw Burleson, in there as a sophomore. And, of course, Washer was a redshirt junior. But that was and I was like, man, we just put together, in my opinion, the best talented team that we've ever had here at East Carolina. And we just got dominated at a super. I told Jake Agnos this yesterday. He called me on Father's Day, which him and Zach, that was as special as it's ever been a day for me, for those guys to call me and text me and just tell me what I meant to them. But I cried in my hotel room with Chad Tracy there. It was just like, how could we get beat that bad, dude? And I knew we were tired after having to come through the losers bracket at regional, but that one was hard for me personally. Look, in 2016, we got hot at the right time, and the ball bounced the wrong way. But I will tell you guys this. I've said this. I'm glad the ball bounced the wrong way, because I was probably too immature. I probably would have ran for the money if we'd have punched our ticket to Omaha, because I just didn't understand probably at a level I do now of what leaving a legacy is all about. And so everything happens for a reason. And look, of course I want to go there. It's everybody but I want it for the other people now more than I want it for myself. I want it for Coach LeClaire want it for Lynn. Lynn wants it probably more for me than she's ever had. She feels bad that I wear the weight, but I was in a good headspace this year, as good as I've ever been, especially going through some things that we went through. So I'm all good, Troy. You are probably worried about it more than I am now.
Probably.
Yeah.
And look, Texas is a great team. Were you surprised to see them get bounced as quickly as they did?
No, because it's college baseball and they're not built for that Ameritrade. We are built for Ameritrade. They weren't. They're built for Clark LeClaire with the wind blowing out. Mm-hmm. So I didn't watch a ton of their stuff. I watched a little bit of their first game and just texted Agnos that Melendez bet on himself and made himself a lot of money this year. So why don't you bet on yourself and come back to East Carolina? So.
All right, let's get a break in. We'll come back. Cliff, you going to hang?
I'm going to hang.
All right, let's hang.
Sweet. In Troy's area, his home.
Troy's jungle, yeah.
Welcome to the jungle.
We'll get you a lemonade and see how it goes.
All right, here, jungle.
Let's take a break. We'll come back. More to go with the head baseball coach of the Pirates, Cliff Godwin. Back with you after this.
Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of Pirates and ENC. Open 7 days a week from noon until 2 a.m., the Buck features live music every night of the week. Tuesday is karaoke with DJ Captain Morgan. Wednesday is acoustic night. Thursday is the DJ dance party. And Friday and Saturday nights, it's live bands. Check out the Buck's Facebook or Instagram page for more information. The Buccaneer Music Hall. We'll see you at the Buck.
The only way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the only way to get it is at Jersey Mike's, because authentic ingredients make a sub above. Jersey Mike's would like to dedicate the next 3 seconds to our new grilled portobello mushroom and Swiss sub. Trust us, it tastes good too, because fresh ingredients make a sub above.
Hey Pirate Nation, Lindsay Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. Still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
This is Talbot Green with Angel Oak Home Loans. The real estate market is extremely competitive right now. The importance of being pre-qualified is absolute must before you begin shopping for a new home. At Angel Oak, we offer a wide variety of programs ranging from conventional, government, and portfolio loans that fit most financial situations. To get started, contact Talbot Green, Braxton Green, Joanne Weir, or Wanda Hager at 751-2060.
NMLS 1719250, Equal Housing Lender.
Pepper, oh no they didn't! Papa John's just took their signature pepperoni and hand-stuffed it inside that garlic-kissed crust. Oh, now that's an epic pepperoni stuffed crust pizza like no mouth has ever seen!
Hey Pirate fans, the Papa John's Epic Pepperoni Stuffed Crust One-Topping Pizza is only $13.99 and is an MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, the official pizza of the ECU Pirates.
Before anyone walks into your business, the outside is what they see. Make sure your first impression is a good impression with the right curb appeal. Hi, this is Daniel Andrews from Dan Andrews Lawn Service. We specialize in making your business look great. Let us handle all your professional landscaping needs. We do it all so you don't ever have to worry. Residential services are also available. Call us today at 717-8006 and we'll come out and give you a free quote. Taking care of your landscaping needs is all we do, and we've been doing it for over 20 years. You can trust our reliable team at Dan Andrews Lawn Service, covering all of Eastern North Carolina.
Great food, great atmosphere, and great service is Otavola Market Cafe. Otavola is simply a restaurant that focuses on that, being a great restaurant. There's something for everyone at Otavola. The menu offers a variety of great choices like pastas, pizzas, sandwiches, soups, salads, and seasonal rotating selections. Lunch or dinner, Otavola is always the right call. Call ahead and get Otavola to go, or stop by the bar for a drink with friends. It's simple. Come and eat at Otavola Market Cafe, Red Banks Road next to Food Lion, and OtavolaMarket.com. Otavola, Pirates supporting pirates.
Your first stop for shopping is at Shimmer Boutique. This is Ashley from Shimmer. We are fully stocked with the latest apparel, shoes, and accessories and more. If you need gift ideas or some shopping therapy for yourself, stop by today. Looking for the hottest shoes on the market? Shimmer has the biggest selection of Hey Dudes anywhere. Shimmer has the newest Yeti products and colors. Want this year's most popular bag? Shimmer has a great selection of all your bog bag needs and accessories. Shimmer in Greenville, Winterville, and Jacksonville.
Pirate Radio.
We have a standard for the way you're going to play, and we're going to start making sure that we point out those that are meeting the standard, and everybody else has to rise to that. You have to. There is no choice. You have to rise to the standard, because the standard is what wins.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. Listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
All right, welcome back to the program. Tommy's Express Car Wash. Come experience the difference at Tommy's, now open at the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road. Doesn't your car deserve it? Visit Tommy's Express Car Wash today. Now let's head back to the PRL. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
All right, back with you here on Pirate Radio Live, talking Pirate Baseball with the head coach of East Carolina, Cliff Godwin. And, Coach, I met your father during the Sunday delay out at Clark LeClaire. He told me I'm looking at my phone too much, and he's right. And I said, yes, sir, you're right on that. I had a great sense of humor and enjoyed talking some sports with him. Great guy.
He is very opinionated these days at 77.
He's earned it.
He's earned it, and I probably will be like that as well. But he has a very good, dry sense of humor. Obviously, a lot of the work ethic that I have that has been instilled in me for a long time is because he pushed me at a very young age of just being the best at whatever I was doing, whether it was playing basketball, football, or baseball. And of course, my mom was like that on the academic side, and my grandparents in the tobacco fields. But he for sure has a big hand in any success that we achieve here at East Carolina. And he lives and dies on every pitch. He does a good job of not coaching me up too much, which I really appreciate that, because
you got enough people doing that.
I got a lot of people like Troy Dreyfus doing that.
A lot of coaches out there.
A lot of coaches out there. So I appreciate
a coach. Yeah.
He probably tells other people what I should do, but he just doesn't tell me, and then he doesn't put it on social media. So that's cool.
You know what would be a great reality show would be? We need to get Lee D down here sitting next to your dad and mic them up for a game and just record the conversation. That would be incredible.
That would kind of be scary.
The knowledge you could get from those two guys would be incredible. Call Netflix. We've got a great idea right here. Coach, Cliff Godwin baseball camps are coming up, and much like the baseball program, these things are getting very popular, and the first one's already sold out, but I wanted to mention that while you're here in case somebody has a youngster that wants to participate. My kids are alumni of the camp. Unfortunately, it's kind of sad. This is the first year they aged out. I remember you going, come on, man, just bring it. Let them try it. At that time, they weren't playing baseball. Right. They weren't that into it. But that really was the gateway for especially Tyler to start playing baseball. I'll give you guys a lot of credit. He first kind of really enjoyed and kind of fell in love with the sport through your camp. So it's a great, fun way to introduce kids to baseball. So if folks are out there with younger kids, let's get the details on it, because there are a few weeks that are still available.
So week 2 and 3, there's still openings, and forgive me, I don't have the exact dates in front of me, but cliffgodwinbaseballcamp.com. But it's a ton of baseball, but we also do fun stuff. They get to slip and slide on the last day, which everybody loves. I love slip and slide. Oh, yeah. If I wouldn't get hurt, I'd do it more. So that's fun, but they play games every day. Of course, they get instruction. We teach them little stuff like how to stand for the national anthem before a baseball game. Always a thought for the day of just, stuff that you can control, where always have a great attitude, whatever the quote might be for the day. So in my opinion, you get a lot of different different things. It's not just baseball being crammed down your throat.
And it's session 2, by the way, July 18th through the 22nd. Session 3, 25th through the 29th.
Thanks. Clips the. Hey, that's why he's on his phone all the time. He's just getting information.
Exactly. Info guy.
Half days and full days are available. So if you have a younger kid that can't make it a full day, like when mine started, they start as a half day and then they graduate to a full day. But it is a lot of fun. They love playing the games, and it's not all instruction. It's a little bit of both. And I will say, of all the camps my kids went to, that yours remains their favorite.
Well, and we have players that are within our program that work a lot of it. So I just hear the stories of so and so's son. Oh my God, I love hanging out with Spencer Brickhouse or Bryant Packard, or these guys are like major leaguers to them, and for them to be able to hang out with them for a full week, and each coach has a team. So at any point in time, Lane Hoover could be your coach for the entire week. And how cool would that be? One thing, does Tyler listen to this show?
My son?
Yes, Tyler.
Nah, not really.
Well, can we clip this up for him? So, Tyler, your dad complained after the first year you went to camp that he was going to have to spend money on baseball equipment because you actually enjoyed it. So, you can. Your dad actually didn't want you to play. So.
That's not true. I just said I thanked you. I said, now you've cost me a ton of money. I got to go get new bats. I got to get new gloves. Because when we first went out there, we kind of had whatever we had, but then we liked it. He's like, well, I got to get the real stuff. I'm like, all right, well, if you're going to play for real, we'll get real stuff. The real stuff's expensive, Coach.
It is expensive.
$500 bats ain't cheap, buddy. But anyway, no, we appreciate
Clip,
it.
Can you make sure Tyler gets that on?
I got it.
Okay,
I'll send it to him now.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
It's on YouTube. They do watch YouTube, so send it to them as a YouTube clip.
Coach, you're in a good mood. Do you want a jackhole question from a listener to?
Yeah.
All right, let's get it going.
You say, like something that's going to be like.
Well, I'll just ask the question.
It's probably going to wind you up a little bit.
Okay.
Is that fair?
Mark is asking, are we going to recruit pitchers that can go more than 4 innings?
No, we're going to try to recruit pitchers that throw like one batter. So to just make you ask another question like that. So that's what we went into this year, was trying to figure out if we could just have a pitcher go one batter a piece and then they could throw every day. That wasn't the design. So we don't recruit pitchers that we want to go just one inning. So
all right.
Have we ever had Gavin Williams? Did he pitch here? Did Burleson pitch here?
He went a few innings.
Did Jake Agnos pitch here?
Yeah.
Okay. Did Krasinski? Did he pitch here? I'm just trying to go off the guys that,
Yeah.
Carter Spivey went multiple innings when he pitched.
Well, your closer Mayhew went 9 no-hit innings.
Yeah.
If I recall.
Yeah.
In a game. So, all right. Asked and answered. There you go. Coach, is Max Stokes cool to ump some games next year? Is he vindicated? Is he all right?
Vindicated?
Hey, Mac, I'm just glad we ended the season on a strong note so Pirate Nation would maybe not harass you. Mac does like the time at basketball games. I was really worried for his safety.
Is that where fans can find him now? Doing the time at basketball games? Thanks for
I heard the funniest story, and I can say this now, Mac, that the season's over, but one of the umpires said that they heard that Mac walked into a gas station and some Pirate fan just was like, F you.
Oh, I thought you were going to say time.
Yeah, Mac, by the way, called the play dead. The Wilcoxon home run, I believe.
Yeah,
it was
the infamous time call.
He got me thrown out too. Come on, Mac.
Yeah.
Hey, we could have kept me in the
game.
What
was the reasoning for that? Someone had sun in their eyes.
He couldn't see.
We're not going to rehash.
We're really going to get him now.
We're not going to rehash this.
Yeah.
Look, Mac made a bad decision. I can say that now, and it's over. We played well, and
did he ever apologize and say I messed up?
Never. But Mac's a good person.
Yeah.
And I'm giving him some grace right now. Hopefully somebody will pass this along to him. So,
John asking what the schedule looks like for next year.
Good question.
Coach, you got anything on that?
Hey, my question.
Hey, John, I got for you that we're going to play Carolina the second weekend of the year, and we're playing Friday and Saturday at Clark LeClaire and Sunday in Chapel Hill.
Nice.
And everybody was so distraught of, hey, Carolina's taking advantage of us once again. But now we can be in a positive mindset and know that they're going to play here for 2 games.
That's outstanding.
Yeah. So
what about State?
I'm 98% sure we're playing them home and home, midweek. But that's all I got for you. So,
what about Coastal? That was kind of a fun little series. Do you think they're drivable?
It's not. It's too hard in the middle of the week. Nobody wants to be on a bus for 3 hours, and it's just
not in the cards.
Well, we were trying to do a weekend series before even we played them in the regional, but then with the conference expansion, we have more baseball weekends with the new alignment. Not this year, so for everybody the same teams will be in the league this year. July 1, 2023 is when UCF and Houston and Cincinnati.
You get to go out to San Antonio.
Yeah, a lot of people talk about how the schedule affects football. What do you think of this new conference alignment from baseball's perspective?
I don't care. It's what it is. I mean, I don't.
Are these good baseball schools? I mean,
some of them. I mean, Charlotte is good. FAU is a good program. I mean, UTSA, they had moments of being very good. I think it's a really tough place to play. Going there, but. Look, I don't know. I don't get caught up in that. We'll put the schedule together around that, and we'll play a really good non-conference schedule, regardless of what the conference schedule is, and we'll put ourselves in a position to play in the postseason.
You mentioned Zach Agnos earlier. Awesome that he gets an invite to USA. Is it like a tryout? He's not officially on the team yet. How does that work?
Well, they call anytime you get the invite, you're part of the team. So he'll always be able to say, I'm a part of the collegiate national team. No different than what Jake had to go through in 2018 was, hey, you need to come down here, you need to pitch well, and then we'll pick the team from that. So you have we're doing Stars versus Stripes, which will be in the Cary area, I think, and we'll do that for a week to 10 days, and then we'll pick the team from those group of players and then take a limited number. I think it's 23-ish players. Don't quote me on that. And pick that team and go to the Netherlands and play other countries.
I've seen a few people ask this online. I'll give Jonathan Fields the most recent credit for it. Most importantly, will Cliff's Cab be back for 2023?
As long as I'm the head coach here, Cliff's Cab will be back because it is people enjoy it. I enjoy it. It's reality TV at its finest, in my opinion. So,
are you getting recognized more on campus nowadays, or are you still sometimes they struggle to know who you are?
Well, I mean, a lot of times they just got their head down with their AirPods in, so they don't even realize that we're about to run over them. So I don't know if I'm more recognizable or not.
Yeah, just curious.
Yeah.
All right, so Cliff's Cap coming back, made a little bit of news there, Cliff.
That's good news. Yeah. Football question for you, Coach. Igo and I started to dive into football some. We talked quarterbacks last week. Who's your all-time favorite quarterback at East Carolina?
Wow.
Yeah.
Favorite, not best.
I'm going to go my all-time favorite players. I'm not going quarterbacks, okay?
Well, that question was quarterback, Coach.
Well, I'm not.
We learned that he plays no road games.
Well, okay. David Garrard would be my favorite quarterback since I have to answer, and I like David. I know him as a person. We used to hang out in college. All-time favorite players in ECU, and these are my buddies, Andrew Bays, Kevin Miller, both in the Hall of Fame, to my knowledge, and then Rod Emery, which is not in the Hall of Fame, but a Hall of Famer in my book, Greenville Rose native.
All right. There's the favorite.
Jeff Carr, hey. I like Jeff, too. He still reaches out to me, still follows Pirate Baseball, and his wife played basketball here, and I forget her first name, but I'll throw him in the mix, too. I'm sure I'm leaving out.
Jeff,
got to give Kevin Monroe, Kevin Monroe a shout-out. I'm going like my era, dude. You asked me who were my favorites, and I'm giving you my favorites. You didn't say statistically, right?
Did you play with Monroe? Was he on the baseball team?
He was. We would play. I was redshirting, and he was trying to play baseball, which it was better for him to stick to football. But we would play home run derby, and I think we got 8 swings if we got our bunts down with Coach O, and we would play home run derby. And whoever hit the most home runs, the other person had to buy dinner that night.
So Kevin bought a lot of dinners. Is that what you're saying?
Well, Jimmy Forrest was in our group too. But Kevin, he would have to tell you I had way more power than he did. So
Coach O, by the way, is Coach O back from Corvallis? He was out there for like a month.
Yeah, we've started to worry about him.
Coach O actually was in the baseball office today. I heard his voice. I was in my office, so I didn't see him. But he is alive and back in Greenville.
Does he have a big grizzly beard? And
I have not seen him. I just heard him.
Okay. All right. So we think
very distinctive voice. You know it when you hear it.
Cliff.
Hey, our regional and super regional rep, though, Butch, he is doing the Omaha, like the replay thing. So yep. So if you see the guy
briefly
that comes,
met him.
Yep, good dude.
Yep,
nicest guy we've had since in the 4 years that we've had. Just a kind of common sense guy. Didn't like make too big of a deal about all these rules that they try to put into place and keep you out of the locker room and all that stuff. So I appreciate him.
And I got to talk to Casey next time. The whoop, there it is. When the other, I know that you have to do something when every team scores, but we need to go to fight songs or something. Hearing whoop, there it is after Texas hit a home run was really, and I was right there by the button, Coach.
So you should have reached over.
I know.
Hey,
do you have to play that
clip? I would have given you some extra money.
Was that
Hey,
they played?
Can we do a deal under the table next time?
Sure.
See, I thought the NCAA made them play. Every stadium had to play when the opposing team scores. Whoop, there it is.
No,
by tag team.
Some teams were doing by tag team has a deal with the NCAA regionals.
I thought they had a rights deal.
So a lot of places did like fight song or something.
I should have done that.
Yeah.
Maybe they should have played the Eyes of Texas.
No need for that.
Remain standing, please.
Coach, I know you were worried about your team and everything, but did the arrogance of the Texas Longhorns, did you catch any of that vibe from anybody there?
Be honest.
Because it was thick, man. I'm telling you.
Hey, look, if you didn't catch it, you weren't in the present moment. So, and look, it is what, but I had to just talk to our guys, and, pretty funny. The shortstop had a lot of things to say to JC when we were winning on Friday, and told him not to use up all our runs on Friday because they were going to dominate us on the next 2 days. So I told all of our team, I said, look, man, that's their game. They want to talk junk, whatever. Look, we just need to stay true to us. But don't say anything. Just smile at him. So JC, and I heard this from Chad Tracy and then watching it, but the umpire said that JC said something to the shortstop. He was getting on me when he hit the 3-run homer to put us up 7-2 on Saturday. And, of course, I'm not watching JC run on bases. I'm just fired up. I'm excited. But Chad was telling me that they watched the replay. He just smiled at him, and that's great coaching because I said, hey, just look and smile at him.
Yeah.
And I think that actually made him more mad that JC didn't say anything to him. He just smiled at him. But, look, they're good players, and they got a lot of confidence to them. But I just, look, our guys don't act like that, and to each his own.
I did find it ironic that, obviously they came in here very worried about our fan base, about the jungle, maybe overly concerned about it. And I thought it was ironic that Friday the fans were a factor in that game, but not through interference, not through anything illegal, just by
loud.
being great fans and being loud. I think that helped win the game for ECU.
You don't have to think. I mean, that was for sure. I mean, Amac's play at third base, though, before he hit the home run was, man, I don't think he got enough credit. I mean, if you go back and watch the replay from home plate, the guy is fully laid out, parallel to the ground, extended on a guy who can really run, gets to his feet, makes a throw with the tying run being at third base, and we had to be playing in because the guy could really bunt too. So with 2 outs, it was just a tremendous play. So, but then the fans helped him with his home run, in which AMAC got a huge kick out of that. That was awesome.
And Coach, while you're here, I just wanted to give a shout out again to the ECU officials. I thought the work that they put in behind the scenes, putting this event on. We talk about what it takes to put on a football game. This is in essence, 7 mini football games almost in 10 days. It was as far as the work that goes into it. I thought everybody did it from the operational side with the ECU Athletics did an incredible job. And I really want to give a shout out to our fans because they showed up on the biggest stage at the biggest time in a big way. And even that last game, that Sunday night with a over 6-hour rain delay, we stayed through it, and I was like, well, we're in it now. We're going to see what happens. Regardless, I'm here through the duration, which ended up being until 1:30 Monday morning. But I thought, if we have 1,000 fans today, that'd be awesome. When I walked in that stadium, Coach, and when you guys took the field and were waving to the fans that came back, and there was that roar, I was stunned, first of all, how many physical bodies that were there in the jungle and in the stands and how loud it was. I don't know if you guys could sense that energy, but it was just, it's hard to describe unless you were there.
Hard to describe unless you were there, but back to your first statement, yes, thank you to all of the ECU operations people, especially Alan, our grounds guy. I talked to him like a month before the season was out, and we normally get our field laser graded when we know we have a possibility of hosting the regional, but a month out, we just didn't know, and we were talking about how to fade out the Bermuda or the ryegrass with the Bermuda, and then as it got closer and after we won on Saturday, I think it was in the conference tournament, I felt pretty good. Like I felt confident that we'd host a regional if we won on Saturday in the conference tournament. And I sent him a voice text, and I was like, hey, I hope you believe in miracles, because I think we got one. We're going to host a regional. I feel pretty confident. So make sure that field's ready for next week. But JJ McLam and just everybody behind the scenes that just did some, because. And JJ will probably tell you this now and laugh, but Aramark had taken all the stuff out of the concessions like the week before, and then they had to bring all the stuff back for a regional and a super regional. So just everybody involved, and then, of course, what you said about Pirate Nation. I mean, we can't say enough great things about them, and that's what makes this place special, man, when you have moments like that. And, you know, Cooch Manor toes the rubber for his last time in the ninth inning, down 10 runs, and they're chanting Cooch. I mean, that gives me chills just thinking about that.
Awesome stuff. Cliff Godwin joining us. We'll take a timeout, wrap up the hour. You got a few more minutes?
Got a few more minutes.
All right, let's close it out. We will be back with Cliff Godwin when we return after this.
In studio with Jeff Stein from Brown & Wood. What's new, Jeff?
You know, everybody's thinking we're having some inventory issues in the car business, which some of it's true. But the good news is, you know, we're getting vehicles from the factory every single week. So what the customer can do is come in, get an appraisal on their trade-in if they have one. They can pick a vehicle that's incoming and actually kind of build it how they want. And then when it gets here in the next 6 to 8 weeks, they're actually taking delivery of a new vehicle.
Brown & Wood, your #1 dealership in Greenville and the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. America's favorite light beer, Bud Light, is also the official beer of the ECU Pirates. When planning your fun times at the pool, river, beach, or backyard grilling, be sure to pick up some Bud Light at your favorite retailer. Bud Light carefully brews their beer to be perfect for anywhere there is fun, because when there's fun, Bud Light is there. Have fun this summer, Pirate Nation, and always stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989.
Pirate fans, the 2022 football season is going to be one for the record books. East Carolina is coming off a 7-win bowl season, and 2022 is shaping up to be even better. The Pirates need you to pack Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium this fall with a great home slate that includes in-state rival North Carolina State. The American Conference schedule features home games against UCF, Memphis, Houston, and Navy. Season tickets are on sale for as low as $125. Get your tickets today by visiting ECUPirates.com.
Thinking about takeout tonight? Familia can make everything real easy for you with a great selection of Italian food and more. Visit FamiliaNC.com to see the full menu featuring pizzas, pastas, salads, and homemade desserts. Place your order online or call 689-6330, and Familia will have your order ready in their convenient drive-thru window for pickup. Finish up a busy day with a great dinner for yourself or your family from Familia. Familia on Fire Tower Road near Pitt Community College.
The 80s and 90s were filled with obnoxiously loud styles. Dudes wore crop tops and super high shorts and rocked it with the confidence of 10,000 Sean Connerys and Tom Sellecks combined. And at Tailgate Classics, their mission is to bring that energy back. Locally owned and operated by ECU alum Cam Higley, Tailgate Classics has a unique line of vintage and retro tees, polos, jerseys, hats, and more. Go by the store today at 304 Evans Street in Greenville and check out their website at shoptailgateclassics.com.
Warren's Hot Dog Pizza, homemade lemonade.
Hey Pirate Nation, Warren's now has 2 locations, in Greenville across from Ron Ayers Motorsports and the Chocowinity location next to the fire department. Stop in today for hot dogs, pizza, subs, apple and peach turnovers, homemade lemonade, and breakfast in Chocowinity featuring homemade cheese, ham and chicken biscuits, plus sausage dogs and more. Warren's Hot Dogs. Want some? Get some. Go Pirates!
Do you have any real estate questions about buying or selling residential or commercial properties? Are you curious about this current real estate market? Do you need a property manager for all your rental houses? This is proud ECU alum Scott Harris with RE/MAX Preferred Realty and SD Harris Properties, and I would love to help answer every question you have and show you a real estate experience that will be memorable and enjoyable. Every step of the way, I'm here to make your dreams a stress-free reality. Call me today at 347-1857. That's 347-1857. Go Pirates.
Although innovative new resources such as digital media and social networks have grown in popularity, smart marketers recognize that print printing is a mainstay.
We live in an age of computer hacking, scams, and fly-by-night businesses, so it's reassuring to consumers when they receive printed marketing pieces.
It exemplifies business confidence and conveys a high level of commitment.
It also fosters trust, which leads to engagement and ultimately brand loyalty.
When you're ready to grow your business, come to PIP,
where business goes to grow.
This is Zach Agnos, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
All right, welcome back to the program. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local, print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com, the official sportswear provider of Pirate Radio. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
Alrighty, back with you here on Pirate Radio Live. We've got Brian Bailey coming up next hour at the 5 o'clock hour. We will talk to Amanda Houston. Ginny Shelton will be here as well, as we will give you all the details on the ladies clinic, the football ladies clinic coming up this Friday. Big event every year, Troy D. So we'll get the ladies in here to talk about that.
Yeah, just finished up some shirts for the Mike Houston Ladies Clinic that are going to look awesome. So the ladies that come out are going to get some brand new T-shirts that are going to look fantastic.
Good stuff. Coach, football on the horizon, but how about for you? You've got the USA baseball coming up that you're talking about. But what's your calendar look like these next few months as far as baseball goes?
Well, this week, the freshmen, like I said, and the incoming guys, they'll move in, so I'll meet with them on Wednesday. Of course, recruiting, whether it be on-campus visits or me shooting out to watch a game before I go to the USA stuff. Jeff is going to be, Jeff and I spoke on, I saw him this morning briefly, which I didn't think I'd see him because he had to fly to Florida for this big tournament. But he goes, I'll see you in 6 weeks because I'm going to be gone for Team USA. He's gone recruiting, and we'll miss pass. But, just a lot of recruiting stuff. Of course, the youth camps, which, I will not be out there every day, but the time that I'm here, I'll make sure I'm out there for that Friday and maybe even give myself a little slip and slide and do some autographs with their guys. But and then I'm going to take some vacation first week of August, and then it'll be time to start school.
Purple Gold World Series will be right around the corner.
Any exciting trips planned, Coach?
Well, I'm just going to go down to, USA stuff. I'm excited about going to Netherlands. I've never been across that part of the ocean. I probably would have never done this, but with USA baseball will be pretty cool. But
that's a work trip.
Yeah, so
what about vacation?
It'll be to my beach, Chad Tracy, and my beach house that we have in Sunset Beach, and Carl Lafferty, the recruiting coordinator at Ole Miss, will bring down his family, which I'm the godfather of his 3 boys, so that's always a good time. And Chad and Katie and their kids will be down there some, so that's my vacation. I like to get away and just hang with people that I'm really close to and do a little work every morning so I'm not a stress ball totally, and then close my computer and put Troy D on ignore for a week and relax.
I am not bothering you that much.
During
the off season. I hardly bother you.
No, you don't. I'm just giving you a hard time.
I will say during the season we try to keep
I really do try to stay away from you.
Yeah.
No, you're good.
Yeah, you've handled this way better than because I joked with our team. I said, Cliff's coming in Monday. I said, just prepare yourself. Who knows what could happen? Because I was worried about you but you're handling, as you said, the loss better than most fans.
Well, that's their problem. Look, you're talking about being one of the top 8 teams in the country, and I don't know where we'll be, but we've been in the top 15 teams in the country for 4 straight years, pretty much. So, hey, look,
yeah, I know.
If they want somebody better, hey, go for it.
You are very intense though, and you do get very stressed. You take it very serious. Is what I'm saying.
I've grown up.
And some Pirate fans, Coach, will blame you after losses. The majority of Pirate fans blame themselves. So I did PA for the Virginia game that Saturday. The following day, I was just out there as a fan, and everybody was like, well, you got to get back up there. The team's losing. So it was on me. But then Trey Haddock, father of Reed, who announces Agnos to the plate, Trey was up standing on his truck. He said, "Clip, this one's on me. I started the game in the stands. Usually I'm out here, so they're losing because of me." You don't know how many people talked about.
And actually, it was partly Trey's fault.
The shirt they were wearing, they didn't wear the same underwear. Pirate fans really think they have a reason.
A lot of blame to go around.
Yeah, wins and losses. I think that's pretty cool, though.
No,
everybody's a part of it.
I blamed Game 2 loss against Texas on Jeremy Schumacher, who him and Chad were staying with me, and Shu had went out and got like this 23 jersey after we won Game 1. I said, "Hey, you tried to do too much, dude. Where's the black shirt at that you were wearing in Game 1? Like, hey, just don't try to do too much. Stay within, be yourself." But now you've gone out and tried to do too much, and now, hey, we blow the lead. So, but no, I've heard a lot of stories of, which of course my mom's like a whack job when it comes to like stressing out about the games. She should go hang out with Troy and drink some of that lemonade. Maybe she'd enjoy.
Hey, she is welcome, by the way. Her and Lewis are welcome anytime. We even broke out the swimming pool for our first ever event. Never even done that for football. That's how big this was.
Yeah.
But I was going to say, next, you say things happen for a reason, and sometimes you don't know until after the fact. Next year is the 2023 season, so maybe that's the reason.
Yeah. So
would it be appropriate for a year?
It would be
the
awesome.
23 year to get there.
Yeah, it'd be awesome. But look, I'm going to enjoy some non-competitive moments the next few weeks. And but no, I'm excited about our team next year. And of course, we don't know exactly what it's going to look like until, like I said, the end of July. But super excited about our returners and the guys that we have coming in. I think we got a chance to be really special next year. But as I always say, that's on paper.
We got a lot of people tuned in that might have missed the first part of the interview. We'll have this archived on all our platforms.
Who is that? We love you, Cliff. Hey, I love you too.
That's Kenny Curlins loves you. He loves a lot of people, so don't get too excited. But we talked about interest by other programs. How many years left do you have on your deal? You've said, and it's well documented, money isn't everything. But what type of security do you want here at East Carolina? Are you working to get any type of extension? You mentioned earlier too that working for your assistants also. What's the future for Cliff Godwin at ECU?
Well, I would say this: in the next couple of weeks, I would think that they are going to put something out publicly once they get it approved by the board of a deal that's longer than what I have right now. I think I'm okay to say that. So that's special to me. And look, I enjoy being a part of East Carolina and what this place has meant to me, not just as a coach, but as a player and Pirate Nation. So hopefully that will come out and it just proves that we've done things the right way, and we continue, of course, have success, but not just on the field, but off the field as well.
So for fans worried about your future as a Pirate, just hang tight. Things in the works, and news could be coming out in the near future.
Yeah, I don't know why people are worried. I mean, hey, when you have success, your name's going to be mentioned a lot, but I would think that they should trust me by now that I've done my due diligence of staying here as long as I can.
Once again, it says a lot about the coach you are, the recruiter you are, to bring in the type of guys you bring in. We had a lot of fun with CJ, Bryson, Zach, and Ryder all year long in our Players Lounge.
Absolutely.
Those guys were awesome. I think the people, the listeners, really enjoyed it to get to know those guys as people and players, and we really enjoyed that, Coach. I know I don't know if that's your favorite thing in the world, but you had some class individuals talking to us that hopefully made you proud.
And I will say we appreciate, not that, how this NIL stuff is. I mean, it really is, they can do whatever they want, but we wanted to talk with you about it first.
I appreciate get
your blessing and actually get your input on, hey, who are the best guys to talk to? So we do appreciate you on the front end, some stuff that people don't see, the involvement you've had.
And look, I appreciate you asking me. I mean, I remember you and Ellerby were going out to lunch at Villa Verde and clearing that, but hey, you got Mayhew to talk a little bit. I mean, hey, that's impressive. So you guys did a great job.
Bryson opened up quite a bit throughout the year.
Oh, much better than his banquet speech.
And then Mayhew figured out if he came in here with Zach, he wouldn't have to talk at all. So that was his play.
Great strategy.
And he worked that out well.
Hey, Zach, I hope you're listening, but we all know that you talk too much. So we still love you. But yes, Zach and Mayhew, that's why they're roommates. One talks all the time, one doesn't.
Opposites attract. Yeah. All right. Good stuff.
The Penn and Teller of baseball.
Yeah, exactly. Nice reference there, Troy Day. Get one in at the horn. All right, Coach, enjoyed it. Enjoy your summer.
Good luck with Team USA. Good luck with Cliff Baseman. Cliff Godwin baseball camps.
Some lemonade before.
I made it through the whole interview without an error.
Yeah.
Cliff Godwin baseball camps going on. Go to cliffgodwinbaseballcamps.com for
Camp,
more.
singular.
Camp.com for more information.
Yep.
Good
First
stuff.
session is sold out. Still some slots remaining for the
Second
other
and
sessions.
third, yep.
All right.
All right, and Monica says too, how cool was it to watch the football guys turn into baseball fans? Keith Mitchell became your biggest fan.
Hey, look, I need to meet him, but I appreciate it. I had to ask people, like, hey, so he's like really into it, and Mike Houston texted me one of the, I can't remember, but he let him out of some workouts or something on that Monday when we played Coastal.
They cut it short.
And I just text him. I say, look, I appreciate you letting the guys come out. I guess that's the way it should be. So that was cool.
Saw Coach Houston. He was out there tailgating some with us, and all the other football
Schwartz,
coaches.
Coach McNeil.
Yeah, and all the assistant football coaches were out there too. So you had a true support, from top to bottom, I thought, from the athletic department.
No, it was awesome. And thank you for the people that I haven't told that, part of the athletic department that came out to support us. That was really awesome.
All right, Coach, appreciate it, enjoyed it, and we'll talk to you again soon.
All right, thank you, guys.
Thank you, brother.
Troy D, we'll see you Thursday.
Thursday at 5. Got some good stories to share Thursday at 5.
From the trip to Baltimore?
Yes. Yeah. Don't let Ellerby steal all the make lies now.
Hey, my last little plug here. Maybe Troy can come out to some regular season games in the spring.
Don't push it. Don't push it.
It's a big game on there, Coach.
State, Carolina, postseason.
You won't see Troy at an ECU Cincinnati game.
My phone? How do you know all this?
He's talked to you a time or two, I think. All right, let's take a break. Brian Bailey joins us on the other side. We'll be back after this.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, W224EI Greenville, WDLX Washington, and W281CH Washington.
Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, and get rid of unwanted hair? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar MediSpa on Red Banks Road in Greenville. Free consultations available. Visit us at beautybarmedispa.com. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Enjoy your visit. Love your transformation. Go Pirates!
Hello, Eastern North Carolina. If you're looking for a great place to work with competitive pay and advancement opportunities, Pitt County Schools is hiring. We employ over 3,000 people, and we're one of the largest employers in Pitt County. Pitt County Schools is currently seeking teachers, bus drivers, school nutrition personnel, facility staff, custodians, clerical staff, and more. We offer advanced leadership opportunities for our educators and competitive pay for our skilled labor force. Come work for a diverse, thriving school system and be an important part of ensuring success for the students of Pitt County who are the future of Eastern North Carolina. To fill out an application, visit our website today at pittschools.org. That's pittschools.org, or go directly to our job postings at bit.ly/PCS employment. That's bit.ly/PCS employment. Pitt County Schools, engaging, empowering, and elevating every student and every staff member every single day.
It's back. The Pirate Radio Football Kickoff Party presented by Bud Light is back on Thursday, September 1st. Before the Pirates host the Pack Labor Day weekend, Pirate Radio will once again be throwing the best party of the year to kick off the football season. And to help us celebrate the start of Pirate Radio's 20th football season, we're excited to announce that this year's entertainment will be the Breakfast Club out of Atlanta, Georgia. Enjoy your summer, and we'll see you Thursday, September 1st. We are Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
Be sure to check out David Price Construction for all of your commercial or custom residential renovation and building needs. Run by ECU alumni, David Price Construction specializes in commercial projects, maintenance on facilities, and large-scale residential renovations and additions. Proud to be voted the Remodeler of the Year by the Home Builders Association of Raleigh-Wake County in 2018 and Best Business Commercial Remodel Project winner for 2020. David Price Construction, the proud ECU Home Services partner.
The best burgers around. Everyone loves a thick, juicy, and fresh burger. Tiebreakers in Greenville, plus the all-new Tiebreakers in Winterville do real burgers better than anybody. So don't just go to any burger-themed restaurant chain. It's time to break the chain and eat local. Tiebreakers, real burgers at its best.
Everybody loves burgers.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Avoid the long check-in lines and congestion at the big airports and fly local at PGV. Fast, convenient, and close to home, PGV has more American Airlines flights. Book today at aa.com. PGV, where the pirates fly.
You've worked hard to make your business successful, and that's why it's really important to always have a bank in your corner when you need them. This is former ECU baseball player Ashley Capps from First Bank, and our experienced team of local bankers includes Lee Watson, Bonner Latham, Chris Richards, Josh Hooten, and Heath Nisbet. To get the business services that are right for your business today, come and see someone on our team at First Bank on Arlington Boulevard here in Greenville. First Bank, together with our customers, we're creating a world where individuals and communities thrive.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This is former ECU football player Bryce Williams, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
This hour of PRL is brought to you by Tommy's Express Car Wash. Come experience the difference at Tommy's. Now open at the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road. Doesn't your car deserve it? Visit Tommy's Express Car Wash today. Now back to the show.
All right, welcome back to the program. Greenville Utilities Neighbor to Neighbor program provides help for those who need temporary assistance with their utility costs. You can make a difference. Your tax-deductible donation can be added to your GUC bill each month, or you can make a one-time donation. And GUC matches all donations up to $20,000 each year. Consider helping a neighbor with GUC's Neighbor to Neighbor program. Now let's head back into the show. Here's your host, Cliff Rock.
All right, thank you, Chan Man. With the live ad read today, no Shirley Rhodes this week. Wes Hines filling in. We'll talk more to Wes later on in today's program. Thanks to Cliff Godwin for joining us. If you missed it, it's available right now on YouTube because you can rewind live and you can watch it right now or check it out later on Facebook Live, YouTube, everywhere, your Apple Podcast, everywhere you listen to Pirate Radio. All right, let's head out to the Pirate Radio Live line and talk to Double B. Brian Bailey. He joins us today on Pirate Radio Live. BB, how you doing, man?
Great. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday to you too, sir. And let's get caught up on the weekend and what was going on. Where are we right now with the Big Rock tournament, Bailey?
Wrapped it up.
Okay.
Wrapped it up, and the very first blue marlin that came to the scales is the winner. How about that?
So in years past, it seemed like there was a flurry late with marlins being called, like on the last day. I guess we didn't see that this year.
No, we didn't, and it was kind of odd that Mercenaria came in early and they won the Fabulous Fisherman's Prize, which was $777,000 for the first blue over 500. It came to the scales, and then they held on the rest of the week. That had to be a very, very anxious week for those folks. Trying to see what was happening and not wishing anybody bad luck, obviously, but you want to win the thing, and they were able to.
Well, it's like that golfer that is done for the day, but you still got a lot of guys chasing you, and you have to sit in the clubhouse and wait it out, right?
Yeah, exactly. And it was kind of, there was the one, I forget which one finished second, but he wasn't that one wasn't that far behind. So, I mean, it was nip and tuck there for a while. But as you said, we didn't see that late flurry like we've seen in past years. We've seen busy Fridays and, Saturdays, become, all the drama, but it didn't happen.
And speaking of golf, Bailey, in the weekend, it was a shame Harold missed the cut. I think I read that was his first cut missed in like 4 months. He had been on a great streak of playing into the weekend, so that took some of my interest out of the U.S. Open, but I did flip over late yesterday and watch the end of it, and credit to Matthew Fitzpatrick. It was pretty cool that he won an amateur tournament there years ago and basically got the same picture with his family after winning the U.S. Open in Brookline, Massachusetts on Sunday. But Will Zalatoris was right there. Scotty Scheffler was there at the end and made for a little bit of drama on Sunday.
Yeah, it really did. And, as I've said oftentimes, I don't watch all the golf that comes on, but I really like to watch the majors, especially the early rounds, to see everybody's kind of, jockeying back and forth. And then obviously, the Sunday afternoon play that comes down to the wire like that. Because every time you watch something like that, you're basically watching history. I mean, these guys, are basically made for life if they can win that major, and that's the big chase every year, to try to win one of those 4 majors. So, but there was drama in the U.S. Open.
Bailey, I did not, I admit, watch much of any at all of the College World Series. The wound is still a little too fresh for me, although Texas losing might make me pay attention to some of it moving forward. But you at least want to make it through the weekend, and the Longhorns were unable to do that, losing on Friday and then losing to Texas A&M yesterday.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised at that because I really thought, Texas with that offense that they were going to, at least hang around through the weekend, as you said. But, great pitching shuts down great hitting. I think maybe that's what we saw right there. But Texas, as we saw firsthand, they had some big-time bats, but those bats didn't come through in Omaha. But still, the College World Series is such a neat deal, and that's one of the things that I think hurts, the program at East Carolina because they know what, Cliff knows all about it, and those guys are so close. And, and as we keep saying, they're going to get there. It's going to happen. As Cliff has said in that one soundbite you guys use, I don't know when it's going to be, but it's going to happen, and it's going to happen. And they were close again this year. But, we have to try to be patient, but I know those guys really, you'd love to see a Zach Agnos, playing shortstop in Omaha. And you'd love to see some of those other guys that are just really good guys. Lane Hoover, batting one down into the dirt and beating it out to first base in Omaha on national television. I mean, that would have been cool.
I got some good news from Cliff Godwin. He joined us earlier, and I put it out a couple hours before Cliff Godwin joined us today on Pirate Radio Live. But kind of wondering, we've seen some guys go out the exit door via the portal. But Carter Spivey, Garrett Saylor, C.J. Mayhew told Cliff Godwin they will be returning next season, and that's some really good news for Pirate fans.
It really is. That's huge news for Pirate fans because you can build your pitching staff off of those 3. You've got some good arms coming in, and I think the future's bright, and that just shows you right there that this program. I think every year, and Cliff would probably say the same thing. They don't basically talk about Omaha, don't talk about the postseason. I think this was one of those cool years where their backs were against the wall, and as Cliff said so many times, we were playing playoff baseball. Really in early April, we had to start winning games. And when they started winning them, man, it was fun. They just figured out a way to win every game for 20 in a row. And then they bounced back so great after the Coastal Carolina loss. And it was just, and the excitement that the team brought to Greenville and those, the regional weekend and the super regional weekend. And it was just, being on a national stage like that, it really was a lot of fun.
Brian Bailey joining us. Bailey, hated to see Ryder Giles' name pop up in the transfer portal. One of my favorites just because fantastic personality, great sense of humor. Really enjoyed talking to him this year inside the Players Lounge on Pirate Radio Live. But a situation where, Ryder wants to be an everyday shortstop somewhere, and there's probably a spot for him to do that. That spot is not going to be East Carolina moving forward, but hopefully he lands on his feet and continues to play the game he loves.
Yeah, and I hate it too because I've had a chance to see his dad so many times at the games and talk to him, and I really like Ryder a lot. I think he's a great kid. Just sometimes in life things don't work out like you kind of hope they would, and I'm sure he had, but he was such a team player and the way he came through for this team. I mean, you think about his season this year and what he endured as far as leaving his everyday position, and then basically he stabilized the pitching staff. Until the pitching staff could figure itself out, and he deserves a lot of credit for that. And and you don't know physically what happens to a guy who has to, how many balls has he thrown in the last 365 days from the shortstop position, and then all of a sudden he was being asked to be your best pitcher on a Friday night, and so I don't know all that weighed into it. I just know he did a great service. This team wouldn't have been where they were without him.
No doubt about it. Brian Bailey joining us on the Pirate Radio Live line. Got Amanda Houston coming up in hour number 3. Bailey, going to talk about the ladies football clinic going on this Friday, which has been a big event in the past, and great to see Mike Houston, Amanda Houston, them rolling that on here in Greenville, because I know a lot of women in the area love that event.
Yeah, they do. And every year it's a lot of fun, and usually they bring out different ideas with that. I think they've unveiled some jerseys before at the women's clinic, and I know the ladies really appreciate it, and I think and some women know a lot about football, and some women just want to learn more about football. So it's a great chance for everybody to get together. I know they put on a good show. I think the assistant coaches really enjoy it, and they joke around, have a good time, and I think that'll be a lot of fun for everybody.
All right, speaking of football, Bailey, we turned the page last week. We're beginning our position previews here every week with Stephen Igo and myself. We'll talk running backs coming up this Wednesday. Last Wednesday, we talked quarterbacks, and I've got to ask you my questions of the week from last week regarding quarterbacks. So we'll put you on the spot here, Bailey. Who is your all-time favorite East Carolina quarterback?
Here you go. Here's how to make one guy happy and everybody else.
Oh, yeah. Let's go. Let's do it.
Golly day. I don't know. I just...
It changes for you through the years, right? You've probably had 5 or 6 by now, I would imagine.
Yeah, most certainly. I think I would have to go back to when I was young and just starting in the business and trying to learn everything, and just the way he treated me, but treated me with like I was important, and I really wasn't, and still not probably. But it's hard to pick somebody. I would pick Jeff Blake, I guess, just for what he did for that program and everything. But I swear, man, through the years, you can't go wrong with Shane Carden. Can't go wrong with Marcus Crandall. You can't go wrong with Holton Ahlers. I held him as a baby, and I came and picked him as my favorite quarterback. I swear. But yeah, there's just great names that just come up, and man, that's a tough one to pick. But I guess I would go with. I remember I was fortunate enough back then. I remember the Syracuse game up at the Carrier Dome and the run that he made, and just that's. I think that's when I started thinking like, hey, this I believe stuff is for real. I mean, these guys, I don't know what they're doing, but they got it going on, and that whole season was just something special. And so I guess it would be. And I've still kept up with Jeff. If I call him to do radio, he's good to get on the radio with me, and. This is a great, but they have been some outstanding quarterbacks and some great guys that you love working with.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, David Garrard will never do an interview with you again because you didn't even bring up his name.
I was sitting here the whole time trying to think, who do I even love David Garrard.
I know. Yeah. It's fun to look back, and we got some great answers from a lot of different people. All right, so how about this? And I'll reel off some names first, and you can start to think about it and see if one sticks out to you. But most underrated East Carolina quarterback, I went with James Pinckney. Some people went with Patrick Pinckney. Some people said the guy that's playing quarterback for ECU right now. We heard Danny Gonzalez, and we've heard some others throughout the years. But how about most underrated ECU quarterback, in your opinion?
I like the Patrick Pinckney pick just because I think he was at more bars than I was when I was single his senior year. So I just think that what he was able to accomplish and still have a tight life, I just think he deserves to be up there.
All right.
Kidding about the bars. He wasn't at all the bars, but that's about the time I was single, and he's like, well, we got all practice, and we got a little time, and I'd laugh, but he was part of those championships, and I think sometimes. He doesn't get the credit he deserves, but you had to have, you had to have a good offense to win those championships, and he was part. They weren't the record-breaking offenses that we've seen at East Carolina through the years, but they got the job done.
When his name popped up, Bailey, from a lot of people, I almost made a new category. I think he might be in the most overachieving quarterbacks because he was not supposed to do what he did here, right? I mean, Rob Cass was going to be the guy. He got in trouble, and the reins were kind of passed to Patrick, and then they went back and forth. ECU used the two quarterback system, but yeah, Patrick kind of rose to the top. He was big man on campus for about 2 or 3 weeks when East Carolina was undefeated and number 13 in the nation.
Yeah, and he was mature beyond his years, really. I mean,
yeah, he was good to talk with too. Yeah,
he'd come up to you anywhere you were at, and he had a smile on his face. Very, very soft spoken, but very confident. Yeah, he was very good.
All right, you kind of answered question 3 with the Jeff Blake play in the Carrier Dome, but I said, what's your most memorable play involving an ECU quarterback in history? And we had the Dominique Davis to Justin Jones, the Jeff Blake to Luke Fisher, Jeff Blake 2-point conversion. I went with the Shane Carden touchdown catch in the bowl game because he caught it in some traffic. It was a cool play. But I don't know, any other memorable quarterback? The James Summers run. Some people said David Garrard running over some West Virginia guys. So I don't know. There was a lot of plays mentioned.
The Summers run is when Troy gave him the Heisman Trophy that year. That was kind of fun.
He got snubbed, but he earned it that day.
But yeah, I look back. I think that I guess you have to say that the greatest play in Pirate football history was the Blake, the Jeff Blake to Luke Fisher touchdown because he won the Peach Bowl, got him number 9 in the country. That's the highest they've ever been. End of the season and. I know and for some it's ancient history. To me, it seemed like it happened yesterday. I can still remember being in Atlanta for a whole week at the Marriott Marquis, staying in like the 116th floor, and I think I got vertigo from going up and down the elevator so many times. But that was a great week, and that had to be one of the great plays. But there, as you said, there's so many of them. I mean, David Garrard, the beer truck. He's got the best nickname of anybody.
How about, Bailey, the final question, the best performance by an opposing quarterback against East Carolina? And got a lot of great names here like Favre and Manning, but also a lot of people said whoever's playing quarterback for Navy. A lot of people said whoever the backup quarterback was that came in and torched East Carolina on that particular day. We had some Case Keenum, Chris Redmond. I said Daniel Evans, the way he came in and torched ECU for NC State. ECU was supposed to win that game, and Daniel Evans had a big performance. I don't know, anything stand out to you as far as opposing quarterbacks against the Pirates?
I like the backup quarterback idea. Because, man, we went through a slew of them. It seemed like you got him just where you want him, and the backup quarterback comes in and just throws it lights out.
We might be the only fan base in America, Bailey, that usually when they say, well, the starting quarterback's injured, the opposing team gets excited. Pirate fans get nervous when that happens, right?
They have to, yeah. They've seen it before, but. Yeah, I like that. But it's funny when you say some of those names and remembering some of those guys playing at that was in Ficklin Stadium, I guess. I think when Favre played, what year was that?
It was late 80s.
I think it was Ficklin at the time, maybe not Dowdy Ficklin, but I'm not sure which year that they made the switch and had the additions. But I remember him, in that Southern Miss uniform, and he was good. That's for sure. He was really good. And then Peyton Manning was the opener that year against Tennessee, right?
I remember listening to that one on the road in in the mid '90s, '95, something like that.
I think it was a season opener one year.
Yeah. And then I brought this up too, Bailey. This will be good. Tom McClellan's not busy, right? He'll still answer our questions, even though he doesn't work for ECU anymore.
Not busy.
When is the last time, or has ECU ever faced a Heisman Trophy winner? That's a good question, right?
Now, the Heisman Trophy winner.
Yeah, I don't.
Vinny Testaverde, didn't he win it one year?
Oh, maybe so. So they played against Miami and Vinny?
I think Miami came here. I think Vinny was the quarterback. How about that? I can't remember what I had for breakfast, and I remember that.
He's the 1986 Heisman Trophy winner. Bailey, you might have just won the big grand prize here.
The ultimate prize, if I'm not mistaken. I think, and it was a close. One of those Miami games was closer than it should have been. It was like 24-13 or something like that. But it was, if I'm not mistaken, I think he did.
All right, I'm going to go with that until otherwise. Hey, there you go. 1986, Miami played East Carolina and won 36-10. On a Thursday night game, and it doesn't say where it was, but that was the year he won the Heisman. So there you go.
Okay. They played 1 year in Dowdy Ficklin. I can't remember. There was a little swing pass that went 88 yards for a touchdown, and I'm not sure if that was Testaverde that threw it or if that was another quarterback that threw it then. But I thought they played against Vinny. There you go.
All right. Well, Bailey, you made it through this week. Next week, we're going to ask you about running backs. So you're going to make, Scott Harley or Leonard Henry mad. So be prepared for that.
Well, Well, Leonard Henry's a man of the cloth, so you can't make him a...
There you go. Good point. You can always ask him for forgiveness if you leave him off your list.
Exactly. I'm going to call him right now and ask for forgiveness for the quarterback.
All right, BB. Good stuff, man. Anything we need to know about what you got going on this week at Channel 9?
Just trying to get ready for Touchdown Friday. We've got some new things coming up for that. So we had a meeting this morning to try to work on some of that stuff, and I think people are going to really like it. I think we've got new energy and new enthusiasm for high school football, and then of course once we start high school football August 1st, Pirates go to camp, and if we can just get through the rest of June and all through July, but I'm going to take some time off and get ready for the fall. I know that much. I had a couple of days off last week, and I got a couple more coming up. So
there you go.
It'll be fun.
And appreciate you letting the Braves win one in Wrigley. Thank you all for letting us get one.
I didn't bother you with that, but I sure got Ken Watley. All I hear about was the streak.
Yeah.
I think I sent him one of those memes of the flag, the W flag flying a couple of times this weekend. That was crazy, though. The Braves have won 14 in a row. The Cubs have lost 10 in a row. And we're sitting, I was off that afternoon, so Melissa and I were watching it at Tiebreakers, and I said, I can't believe they got a chance to win this game. She said, well, you know your team's not any good. I was like, I know we're not any good.
But on that one day they were, and it's all about, making fun of your friends, and you were able to do that. Thank you for not sending me any texts. I appreciate it.
I'll try to get you next time.
All right, sounds good. Bailey, thanks for joining us, man.
All right, buddy. Take care.
There is BB Brian Bailey joining us here on a Monday edition of Pirate Radio Live. And, man, not too far away from Touchdown Friday.
Touchdown Friday.
August is awesome. When high school rolls in, we're covering ECU. You got your fantasy football drafts, and everybody's hopeful. And then, Chandler,
reality sits in.
Sam Darnold gets on the field, and Matt Rule
throws 4 interceptions week 1 against the Browns.
September stinks when you think about it. August is where it's at because everybody's undefeated. That football smell is starting to get in the air.
Yeah, and it's really a great time. It's
Pirate Radio Football Kickoff Party.
Oh, it's back, baby.
It is. People have been asking you.
What did Jonathan say? Yeah, they've been asking me all weekend. Even back home. I went back home over the weekend. I had people back home saying, Chandler, how many days away until ECU football? We'll let you know on Thursday on the David Price Construction Countdown to Kickoff.
That we will. We'll give Wes a hard hat, and he can join us in on it. All right.
Okay.
All right, let's take a break. We'll come back and talk about what went down over the weekend. Look at the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard presented by Dub Buck, and have more for you on Pirate Radio Live. Chandler, what is that? We're back with you after this.
The Rick House is Eastern North Carolina's premier American-style restaurant and bourbon bar. Join us at the Rick House for mouth-watering steaks and made-from-scratch pastas. Check out the 16-ounce cowboy steak or the seafood delight pasta. Join us for our legendary brunch on Sundays from 10 to 2. The Rick House can feed your larger crowds with off-site catering and room for 125 in our adjacent banquet hall. The Rick House, American Provisions and Spirits, 710 Red Banks Road beside the bowling alley in Greenville.
I can't think of anyone who doesn't love a clean car, but how often do you actually go to the car wash? Does it take too long, or maybe it's just not a very nice place? Tommy's Express changes everything. Our wash is bright, inviting, clean, and fast.
I love the flat conveyor belt. So easy to pull onto, much smoother ride, and safer for my car.
And when you join Tommy Club, you can wash as often as you like for one low monthly price.
I save money and time.
We're Tommy's Express.
At the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road, Greenville.
Hey Pirate fans, this is Cliff Godwin. Summer is upon us, and I want to invite you to attend our CG23 Youth Camp here at East Carolina University. We will offer 3 sessions of camp. All camps will be held at Clark LeClaire Stadium, and campers will get baseball instruction from the ECU baseball staff and players. Campers will play games each day, and each camp ends with our famous Pirate Slip and Slide. Full day and half day sessions offered. For more information, visit cliffgodwinbaseballcamp.com. See you there, and go Pirates!
Hey Pirate fans, this is Coach Cliff Godwin. The physicians at Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center have been caring for our athletes at ECU for more than 35 years. Whether it's treatment for our sports injury or it's time for that joint replacement, Orthopedics East provides the latest in operative and non-operative orthopedic care, physical therapy, and diagnostic testing. For experienced and professional services, call the team at Orthopedics East at 252-757-2663 or visit them online at orthoeast.com. Go Pirates!
Chico's Mexican Restaurant is the home of the best margaritas. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's every Tuesday for the Gulf of Mexico, a huge 38-ounce lime margarita for only $7.99. On Thursdays, relax and enjoy half-price pitchers of Chico's house margaritas. Choose from lime, strawberry, blood orange, raspberry, or peach. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's Mexican Restaurant in downtown Greenville and online at chicosrestaurant.com. Chico's, where the fiesta never ends.
Hey Pirate fans, Derek Pizzeni from Carolina Wealth Management. Are you a fiduciary? That's a question every investor should ask their advisor. A fiduciary is an individual who acts in the best interest of a particular person or beneficiary. Is your advisor a fiduciary? You should know it's your money. At Carolina Wealth Management, we do things differently from other investment firms. To learn more about the benefits of working with a fiduciary advisor, visit mycarolinawealth.com. That's mycarolinawealth.com.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
Have you ever seen those exotic aquariums like the guys do in Las Vegas on television? You ever thought about having one of these aquariums in your business? It's more affordable than you think. This is Hal Pruitt with rentafishtank.com. We can make having an aquarium in your business turnkey with no work, cleaning, or hassles for you. Rentafishtank.com creates a relaxing atmosphere and keeps children occupied. Rentafishtank.com already services many dental, pediatric, and doctor offices, plus hospitals and senior living centers. Check us out at rentafishtank.com.
Pirate Radio.
The
voice of the Pirate Nation. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Tommy's Express Car Wash. Come experience the difference at Tommy's. Now open at the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road. Doesn't your car deserve it? Visit Tommy's Express Car Wash today. Now back to the show.
All right, welcome back to the show. Do you have real estate questions about buying or selling residential or commercial properties? Are you curious about this current real estate market? Do you need a property manager for rental houses? ECU alum Scott Harris with RE/MAX and ST Harris Properties can help answer every question you have and show you a stress-free real estate experience that will be memorable and enjoyable. If you have real estate questions, Scott has answers. Call Scott Harris today at 347-1857. Well, let's head back into the show. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
All right, back with you, Pirate Radio Live here on a Monday. Coming up at 5 o'clock, we will hear from Amanda Houston. Also, Ginny Shelton going to join us here to get you ready for the ladies clinic going on this Friday. Tell you if you want to sign up, there's still time, and run over some of the events, what to expect if you're heading out there for the first time. So we'll do that at 5 o'clock. Wes Hines is here filling in for Shirley Rhodes. Chandler Honeycutt here as well. And do you like SEC baseball? Well, do I have the event for you. It's called the College World Series going on in Omaha, Nebraska. Right now, Auburn has a 6-2 lead over Stanford in an elimination game. And coming up tonight, Ole Miss takes on Arkansas. So it's the SEC tournament going on at Omaha.
And you haven't watched one bit, have you?
Not a second. Not a single, other than when I turned it on in here the other day.
Yeah.
But at my television at home, it has not been on for 1 second. Now that Texas is gone, maybe I can stomach it a little bit. Maybe I'll start to tune in. Maybe I'll check it out tonight. But as of so far right now, I have not watched any of it.
Yeah. I don't know. I kind of slowed down. I was very excited about it when it first started last week, and now, I'm like you. Now that Texas is out, maybe I can watch some of it. It is the SEC show down there in Omaha, though.
That it is. Those scores on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard presented by DeBuck. Let's see, what was it? Wednesday night after sports trivia, found myself watching some hockey. The Avalanche and the Lightning in the Stanley Cup final. And right now, Colorado, they won both games. I think pretty convincingly. I know they won game 2 convincingly. Game 1 was an overtime game that I watched. But they are up 2-0 in their series. The series moves to Tampa tonight, so that'll be 8 o'clock on ABC. Might check that out. I don't know if I'm going college baseball or hockey tonight. Might just go with the Braves, who hopefully are starting another win streak after losing 2 in a row to Chicago. They won game 3 of the series on Sunday. They take on the Giants tonight in Atlanta. Jock Peterson will be back to get his World Series ring as a member of the Giants. So that's going on tonight. He was a fan favorite
last year.
He was, and he is one of the players that I did not like at all. I thought his swagness did not match up with his production, and I was not a fan of Jock. And then he became a Brave, and I became a very big fan. So one of those guys that you root for if he's on your team and maybe dislike him if he's not. I think Draymond Green is like that for a lot of people. And Chandler, during the break, I heard you say, you're just not a Draymond fan. You said he was too much. What if he was a Hornet? Would you be a fan? He might probably be your favorite player.
I would have to learn to stomach Draymond Green.
I don't think you'd have to learn. I think there's just guys like that. If they're on your team, you like them automatically. Has there ever been a Panther or a Hornet that was on the team you didn't like? Other than Mason Plumlee?
No, there was one for the Nats, though. Jonathan Papelbon.
Oh, what a jerk.
I hated him.
And he was
trying to fight the face of our franchise,
Bryce Harper. That's right. That made me like Papelbon. But I guess, and he was kind of out of his prime at that point too, right? So,
yeah, that was the tail end of his career. But yeah, Draymond Green, I just cannot. And I've tried. I feel like I've tried to like him, but I don't know. He's acting a fool today. I guess he can do whatever he wants. He's a 4-time NBA champion.
I was talking sports with my sister yesterday, which I never do. She's a Cam fan. She was asking, is Cam going to play anywhere? And I was like, probably not. He's about done.
This was who now?
My sister.
Oh, wow.
Jana. Yesterday. And she said she watched more of the final game than I did, because I didn't watch any of it because I went to sleep. But she's a big Curry fan, and the Golden State has maybe one of the most. Curry's tough to hate, right? I guess he talks a little junk, so if he does that against your team, maybe you dislike him. But I would say he's pretty universally liked.
Yeah.
Whereas Draymond is pretty much universally hated. And they're both share the same court.
I mean, Draymond just talks a lot, and it happens all the time in sports. You know, you have your Draymond Greens, and I just don't know.
You need to have it, though. You need to have villains. They make it interesting.
But his defense is just, you have to respect his defensive play. He might not put that many numbers up when it comes to like offensive stats, but he does a lot of stuff off the stat sheet that really contributes to that Golden State Warrior team. That's won 4 NBA titles in the last 8 years now.
4 in 8. That's dynasty worthy, right?
Oh, absolutely.
NBA draft approaching, and the Charlotte Hornets don't have a head coach.
Oh my God! How about that news over the weekend?
So I guess Kenny Atkinson had like a verbal agreement or something with Charlotte. He was going to be named the next head coach.
Yeah. Pen did not go to paper, apparently.
And then he has pulled out. He will remain an assistant with the Golden State Warriors. So as Michael Jordan is reeling in Dolphin at the Big Rock Blue Marlin tournament in Morehead City, the Hornets don't have a head coach. So hopefully he's getting to work on that this week.
That's crazy.
And they'll just name some boring-ass retread like Mike D'Antoni and call it a day. And I'm going to be upset. And he's going to stink.
Yeah. You haven't wanted D'Antoni since the job was available.
It's boring. It's old. You want him?
No.
We might as well have Borrego.
I was set for Kenny Atkinson.
Yeah.
And And I trust my roommate because I have never in my life seen a NBA nut that knows the ins and outs of the NBA like he does. And he was asking me the day that we hired him. He asked me my thoughts, and I was like, well, I don't want to give an opinion on something I don't really know much about.
Yeah,
I didn't know much about Kenny Atkinson. I knew he was a head coach in the NBA, I think with the Nets. But he was just kind of telling me about, hey, this is a great hire, especially for a team like the Hornets who have such a young core with LaMelo. He does a great job of developing these guys. And so I was set. I was like, all right, you know what, Trey? I said, I'll believe you on that. And next thing you know, we're having to find a new coach.
That coach hopefully will be named this week because we need to get somebody in there.
Sign the contract.
We're going to need somebody before the draft. So that's going on. I watched a little golf yesterday, Chandler. I watched the final hole.
Congrats, Matt Fitzpatrick.
Yeah. Couple of clutch shots there from Fitzpatrick and from Zalatoris. To stick it on the green, Zalatoris just could not sink that putt that would have led to a playoff.
Majority of the people that I talked to over the weekend wanted Zalatoris to win. I think he was a big favorite, especially in my circle. So
he's still really young, but he has now come up short in, 3 different majors, I think?
Yeah, and Scheffler looked like he was going to win his second major there for a little bit. I feel like now golf, there is a new wave of young guys in golf, and it's just awesome to see. Of course, you got the LIV, program, taking some guys, but I was just glad to see none of the LIV guys win it this weekend.
Why is that?
I hate that dude.
Why? What do you care?
I don't even know.
I don't think you know what you hate. You just picked a side?
No, but I am glad that golf has these new young guys, these young stars, including Zalatoris and Matt Fitzpatrick, who won yesterday the U.S. Open.
I'm just a Herald guy, and hope he gets his one day. It sucked to see him miss the cut.
I was going to say
first missed cut in a long time. I think I read 4 months.
Wow.
I think I read that, and it sounds. I mean, he's been on a tear, making cuts,
and that's at least 2 or 3 tournaments a month,
and majors, being in there in majors.
All good things must come to an end, but you can start it up again, just like the Braves are trying to do.
All right, what else happened over the weekend, Chandler? Anything else?
Not that I could think of. I mean, you got NBA that's finally done now with Game 6 ending on Thursday night. You still got your college baseball going on with the World Series. It's starting to get into that dead period, I feel like, right before football season. But before you know it, we will have football, and it'll be here in a jiffy.
All right, well, let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll get a Wes Hines update for you to wrap up hour number 2. And keep an eye on what's going on in Omaha and anything else going on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard. More to go. Pirate Radio Live here on a Monday. Back with you after this.
In studio with Jeff Stein from Brown & Wood. What's new, Jeff?
Everybody's thinking we're having some inventory issues in the car business, which some of it's true. For used vehicles, Brown & Wood has a lifetime powertrain on every vehicle you buy from us, new or used. So even when you buy a used vehicle from Brown & Wood, you have lifetime powertrain. We cover the engine, transmission for as long as you own the car.
Brown & Wood, your #1 dealership in Greenville and the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
Hey Chandler, what are you up to tonight?
Ginny, it's Tuesday, and I'm going to go sing with DJ Captain Morgan for karaoke at The Buck.
Well, that sounds like fun. I have to work. Well, what are you up to this weekend?
Well, believe it or not, I'm going to go listen to some live music Friday and Saturday night at The Buck.
Live music all weekend long, really?
Yep, all weekend, and they also have the biggest high-definition screen to watch all the sporting events on Sunday Fun Day.
I'm going to have to go check that out.
Yeah, just check out The Buck on Facebook or Instagram for all the information. The Buck.
America's favorite light beer, Bud Light, is also the official beer of the ECU Pirates. When planning your fun times at the pool, river, beach, or backyard grilling, be sure to pick up some Bud Light at your favorite retailer. Bud Light carefully brews their beer to be perfect for anywhere there is fun, because when there's fun, Bud Light is there. Have fun this summer, Pirate Nation, and always stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989.
Welcome to US Cellular. Yeah, hi. I want a new phone for free, but not just any phone. I want the newest, fastest, most storage holding 5G unlimited data using phone in here for free.
Sure, your choice.
Really?
Yep.
At US Cellular, we put you first. So choose any phone from any brand free. Plus, get unlimited data for just $30 a month. US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for US Cellular since 1997. Visit AtlanticWireless.com to find the store near you. We go beyond the call.